I'm really interested to like hear how you balance your studies specifically with the business and with corporate, because like it's interesting how you do business and corporate, but that third pillar, what does that actually look like tangibly for people?
Cool. Just in regards to like tangible, I try to get to bed on time. I feel like that's probably been one of like the biggest cheat codes for me. I go to sleep so I can wake up early. And that's something you spoke about in the book. It's like, bro, like I started at 4. Like my days, I've got 3 hours of studying in already. And and that's probably like my peak performance time. So I do like maybe like a 5 to 7 and then work from home. And then I'm finishing early so I can come to the studio. I make sure I wrap up here 9:30, 10:30, and then I'm straight into bed. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that was kind of like my pattern during exam season.
Regimented.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Just make sure and be careful of the things that can steal that from you. Do you get what I mean? Obviously, life is life. You're going to have commitments. You're going to have to like, cool, I'm going to have to sacrifice that today. But make sure that it's worth it. You know, it's not just for, I want to stay up and watch Netflix or something like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because at the end of the day, you're doing yourself a disservice. But yeah, the routine was helpful. I think there was one thing that was quite helpful for me at the time. I didn't know there was this live streaming program that I used to watch in the mornings, but it was in Nigeria. So it started at 5. It's like this little prayer call. But it started at 5, so I had to be up. So I'd join that, and then I can revise, and then I'd work. And that was literally it, really. Just make sure I kept the times regimented and scheduled. And that helped me a lot. Yeah, it was immense. So, and also, like, finishing studying at like 7 a.m, you feel like you've achieved something, and it kind of gives you the momentum for the rest of the day, kind of thing. Like, I've done that already, you know, and you feel good about yourself, and it just,
Absolutely. And I think, as you said, it's like, it's doing it at the peak time and quiet, because 2 to 3 hours of locked in focus first thing in the mornings is the same as, honestly, like, it'll sound nuts, but like, as I wrote it, the 3 hour advantage thing, like, it can be the equivalent to 9 hours if you're just in a library and there's noise and you're waffling and you've got a friend and you're chit-chatting. Like, it's actually crazy how much you can mash in 3 hours or 2 hours if you just lock in. And I think it speaks to like what you said about times and seasons, which is like so profound, because I think I remember having an equally regimented schedule, and I don't have an equally regimented schedule now, and I know the difference in output and performance. Like, I miss the level of smoke I was on.
So interesting, though.
I'm really struggling to recreate that level of smoke.
So interesting, because like I remember finishing exams, and I was like, damn, I don't need to be up tomorrow, but I kind of want to safeguard this. Like, I don't want to lose this. I ended up losing it anyway, because like, bro, like life.
Life.
But it was like, damn, this is good. Like, I'm so productive.
It's nuts.
I do miss it.
And I think like even the time and season thing's profound, because as you said, like in terms of priorities and stuff, I'll never forget, I went clubbing. Sorry, mum. I went clubbing to like one of the like prestigious clubs in Mayfair. Shout out Saul. Incredibly well connected guy. Just saw pictures of him at Princess Kate's like launch for her new charity, and he's literally there like laughing with Kate at the launch. So he's an incredibly well connected guy, both in like nightlife and hospitality, but also just in terms of like management. Like, he runs a management agency that works with a lot of sports figures. Anyway, I'll never forget, it was the start of my final year in Cambridge, and he was doing something, and so I ended up going down to the club to see him. He'd invited me out. I'd been to the club once, met him there, we kind of connected, and then he invited me out again. So I came down and I just said to him, hey man, I appreciate the invite. I wanted to come down to honor it. I actually have exams coming up, I'm really not trying to be out too much, etc. And he was like, look, like, T, I'm over 30. I've been in this industry. I've been a promoter. He was like, look, like, nightlife isn't going anywhere. Like, the club's still going to be here. It's the same venues. The management might change. The brand might change. The girls might change. They come and go. But like, London nightlife is still going to be here. Mayfair isn't going to be here. The opportunity to smash it at Cambridge, you get that once. And I think that conversation. I don't know what, it clicked for me. And I was saying the same to Antonio in terms of business. I think like with my first business, there was a lot I got right and a lot that I could have done differently and learned. And I definitely think I was excited coming out of a period of being so disciplined and so locked in. And it was lockdown. I was like, the world's opening up. I've come off of a 2-3 year stretch of really smashing it. Let me travel a little bit. Let me enjoy a little bit. Let me splash money around a little bit.
Yeah.
And I could have maximized that time more. And I'm very much in a phase now where I never want to look back in a period and have regrets. And like, I didn't maximize it. And it's true, like at the Cheat Codes party, there's guys there who are, 27, 28. They've sold their business. They're sitting on 8 figures personally now. And it's like, I remember being 21, 22 and being like, oh, this might take 5 years to pay off. I don't have time to wait till I'm 27 to be rich. I need lifestyle now. And like literally having them at a party that I threw and just seeing 27's not old. Like
at all.
I'm 3 years from there, bro. Like, like it's not. And it's just like the amount that you can build in a 3, 5, 10 year period, even if it takes you 15 years and then you're 38, 39 and you've got half plus of your life to enjoy. It's just like times and seasons, as you said. And I'm really interested like how you're balancing the enjoyment and rest part, which is important. But like, as you said, like I do feel like as a young man, this is the time to just throw everything to the game to build. Right?
That's the thing. It's the question is whether there's a balance to get. It's whether you should even be interested in the balance at all at this age.
Interesting.
I think maybe that's the question. I think that's the question. But it's like, it's hard to keep going, like just for like keep going for like 3-4 years. It's difficult. I think you do need to sort of listen to yourself and understand like, okay, maybe I need to take a break. But I think the thing that would probably help is having a vision that would probably draw you back every time. That would probably draw you back every time. Because even if you do take a break and you do rest up and, okay, cool, I'm going to splash the cash for 2-3 months, your vision calls you back essentially. Your vision calls you back. So I think that's probably the thing I'd say. Yeah, it's kind of similar to what V said about your why. Yeah, that would probably draw you back, I'd say, maybe.